I'm John Bowden. Here's something we don't always do with every artist because we don't usually have the time. It's meant to be 10 quick questions. Usually it's like 14 because sometimes there's some of them we really can't use. But in this segment, we've used all of the ones for Colin James. Even though there's more questions, it's 10 quick questions with Colin James. This is Rock History Canada. If you want to check out the entire interview with Colin, there's parts 1 and 2 as a podcast or a video, links in the description of this video. Here's Colin James. Okay. In high school, were you that music guy?
Yes, but I flunked music, so I was a music guy who didn't go to class.
Okay. Stones or the Beatles?
Stones.
Oh, I knew you'd say that. Paul, John, George, or Ringo?
John.
Outside of music, what are you really good at? Can you cook? What do you do?
I used to cook. I don't cook anymore. What would be a hidden talent? I'm a good speller. I don't know why, because I only have grade 10 education, but I tend to spell well. I don't know why that is. I'm really, I can't really think of anything. I'm a history buff, but that's not a skill.
Oh, I know that changes your wiring being into history. I think I consider that because I love history too.
I'm fascinated by history and even ancient history, like even more so ancient history. Like I just read a book called The Ancestors that talked about DNA, how they can go back to a lot of the things they discovered years ago with DNA now and change theories of when we got here, when people were in caves in England and all that stuff. But, I can read some pretty dry stuff and be pretty happy.
Well, they used to say you can't change the past. And my uncle once told me, he says, well, yeah, but if you find out Uncle Bob was kind of grumpy in 76, you find out he was suffering from whatever, then your perception of the past at least changes. And that's what's great about DNA. God, we're finding those serial killers. That's all I'm saying. Okay. What makes you cry?
Oh, geez. What makes me cry?
Don't tell me Hallmark shows. Oh, I like those.
Oh no, God, I would not. I don't do that. I would just, I don't know, sentimentality, I suppose. You think about. I go back over the years of raising kids, and we had 2 kids, and watching them grow, and all those years that you'll never get back. That time moves on, and that's the way it goes, and that's just the end of the story. I guess that.
High point in your career so far?
I feel I'm still waiting for it, man, but
good attitude.
But a high point in my career, I guess, I'm still waiting for it. It's there's been some great moments, but I can't say they're the high point.
Can I tell you something? I find that's one of the toughest questions I ask artists. And I was surprised by that, but having asked it so many times, people are going, a lot of folks are saying, the older artists are going, still coming, man. On the way.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel. Maybe the first time I played Massey Hall, I realized that I'd gotten out of the bars, and that I made a big move with the manager at the time to get out of bars for good. And it was a scary decision, and because it meant you had to reinvent yourself and be perceived in a new way. And I didn't have the faith that would happen, but we did it. So I remember being on Massey Hall one day and saying, we did it. I think I had 2 nights in a row, and I thought, awesome.
What are your top 3 guitars?
Lady is the blue. Lady I got when she was like, I got it in 1988, and I had a Fender endorsement. So they gave me 3 guitars. I only have one of them left. And it's been with me through playing with Stevie, it's played with Buddy Guy, it's played with Bonnie Raitt, it's played with ZZ Top, it's just played with Steve Miller, it's played with just all kinds of people. And I love it. It's not I said to my wife, it's not a vintage guitar. She says, how old do you think that guitar is? I said, okay. And then this one here is my 63. And I've had, it's born before me, and that's cool. I love all my guitars. There's not really any of them that are just sitting around for no reason. Although I do have one that's signed by Albert King, Albert Collins, Pop Staples, Buddy Guy. I'll show you.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
I don't play this one because it was only signed. It was signed by the same pen by the same people all at once. So
wow.
That's Teenie Hodges, who wrote Take Me to the River.
Yeah.
That's Albert King. That's Pop Staples to Colin James. God bless Pop Staples. That's Buddy Guy. And that's Otis Rush. And that's Albert King.
Wow. Thank you. No, I appreciate you showing me that.
Okay,
Okay, I've only got 3 more for you. What's the biggest starstruck moment where you met someone, you're going, I can't believe I'm sitting across from this dude or dudette? Who would that be? Was there something that stands out?
I think years ago, the first time I met Mavis Staples, she was on a show with she was on my record. She was on my Bad Habits record, and but before that, the first time I met her, we all sat in this in a bar. Colin, Linden, myself, Mavis, and her sister Yvonne, and just got to know Mavis that night. And I just thought, here's this woman that my parents used to play Staples Singers records, and here she is. You know, it was just, that was, you know, and she's just nicer than you could have ever have hoped. So I guess that would be it.
She played with Bruce Hornsby a few years ago, and I remember going, I got chills. I mean, it was crazy. Outside of any place you've ever lived, where's your favorite place to visit?
I love going to Italy. You know, we've been going to Tuscany and the Amalfi Coast. We went a couple of years ago, and I just love it. Venice, man. I just, you know, people disparage Venice because it's so crowded, and I get that, but I've always gone in October. So when I've gone, it's always been off season, and lately it's been so warm that the last time we were there, it was like October was like 85, 90 degrees. It was shorts weather. But Venice is like just remarkable to me. It's like, what a ridiculous city. It's insane.
What scares you?
Oh, what scares me? What scares me? It's life. Life in general.
There's a lot to this. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you know, everything. Everything scares me.
When you were a kid, what was your favorite TV show?
I like Bonanza.
Mm-hmm.
But well, the Flintstones. A Yabba Dabba Wilma.
Outside of your family, what thing can you not live without? This is the last one.
What can I not live without? What can I not live without? Well, music is the thing I can't live without. Yeah. And my dogs. I love having my dogs. I'm a big dog guy.
What kind of dogs do you have? They're
all sizes. I have a sheepdog, purebred sheepdog. I've got a little tiny toy cup, like tiny little poodle. It's like a tiniest little thing. And we have a golden doodle who's 12 or 13, maybe 13 now, getting a little old now, but she's still doing good. And Annabelle is a Shih Tzu.
Wow, you're not kidding. I hope you enjoyed that. Many more parts coming up to our Colin James interview. We actually talked to him twice in the last month. And there's links in the description of this video where you can check out the podcast and the entire interview on our sister channel, Rock History Book. And Colin has a brand new album out. Remember, links in the description as well where you can pick that up. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Canada.